Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Airlinesim with me, Alfapiomega, and Central European Airways. I'll have to actually keep saying that from now on, the whole name, because there is a new airline that is called just Central European. So we do have a competition, which is kind of funny, you know, when you think about it. So there's Central European Airways, and there's a Central European, which is German airline that has a headquarters in Oberpfaffenhofen. Oberpfaffenhofen. Okay, so they have a headquarters there. No idea why, but they do. They're not even flying there. And we're Central European Airways, so we need to make sure that that's a big difference. They're mostly using ATRs. They have an Embraer and a couple. They have 17 aircraft altogether, 8 LEDs, 8 ATRs, and 1 Embraer. While we have 3 Airbuses, 6 ATRs, and 3 LEDs. So, from that point comes the fact that they have started to compete with us in certain routes, and that's not boding well for us. But I'll talk about it a bit later, I guess. Now let's look at Central European Airways. As far as finances go, we had a pretty good week last time. We achieved 4% margin. And we will probably have even more now. I expected our profit, or estimated our profit on Thursday at $185,773 Airlinesim dollars, which would be a record number. I would like to recalculate this with you now to see how I do this, because I think I explained it already, but what the hell. So you get 391,903. It's Saturday, 12:30, and we have this kind of profit. And on Sunday, I think at 22:30, we have a question mark. So let's do the math here. So we got the cash flow. And we have already paid 1,310,400 for free, minus 485,706, which is this number. That's what we are yet to pay during this week. So we earned 824,772 Airlinesim dollars. And if we add the profit current, we have earned altogether 1,216,675. And what we need to do now is we need to figure out how many hours we already passed and how many there are left. So I think this is going to be fairly simple. This is basically 6 times 24 minus 10, because we have 10 hours left to end the day as far as our airline is concerned, and we'll have here then 24 plus 10. So we have 36 hours left, and all I need to do now is to calculate the 6 times 24 minus 10, so we had 134 hours passed. And when we put this all together, we figure out that our hourly profit is 9,079 Airlinesim dollars, which is, and I can already tell you, a record, because we started somewhere at like 8,600, and now we have 9,079. So if I actually make this times 46, we're gonna earn another 326,000, and we'll add this up with this. That's 391,903. Okay, 718,770, and we'll take away this amount. That's 485,600. So our overall profit should be 243,000, and I think that's a bit of an overestimated number, but it is what it is right now. So I wonder, it should definitely be somewhere between these. Oh, I deleted it, but you know that these expectations aren't all that away from the final result. So I'll keep it here, 243,000. Let's put it like so, you know, screw the little tiny numbers. So we're expecting a profit of 243,000 now. It is doable. You know, it is possible because our seat load factor has increased. Our, you know, seat kilometers offered and transported are also increasing, and you know, overall it is possible. It would be pretty cool. So far we haven't been doing all that well. Well, we haven't gone bankrupt, that's one thing. But we are just barely scratching the 11 million worth of our company. So with 243,000, we would be somewhere at like 10.9 million, which means we increased our overall company value in all those weeks by about 9%. But you know, it starts slow and it increases from there. So I'm kind of happy about that. I've done a number of changes that are supposed to be dealing with the issues we talked about last time. I'm going to present them to you right now. I canceled Copenhagen and instead put in Gdansk, as I mentioned, I think, in the last video. It's actually working better than it was before. We're having full flights to Gdansk. The return flights are not all that good, but they fluctuate. At certain points, we had over 70 people, 70% of the people there. Well, actually 70 people as well. Now it's sitting at around 72, which is not all that bad. You know, it's we lose about 1.8 thousand on this. And we earn about 1.7 thousand, so we're frankly even, and we're getting a lot of feeder traffic both ways. So I'll keep this flight set. Yeah, well, that's not so good here, but you know, otherwise it is. So Gdansk is definitely staying. We'll keep having it and enjoying the benefits. I also instituted another daily connection to Karlovy Vary with the new let. Of course, I do this. So we're now offering 36 seats daily, and they're always fully booked. Actually, no, they're... God damn it, I said they are always fully booked, but they're not. How come? Well, yeah, but it's not all that bad. We'll get a bit more people there. It was fully booked originally. I don't know what the problem is. Something, I think it's the Central European taking away some of our passengers, and I'm not even kidding about that, because since they instituted themselves, I found out that some of my load factors are dropping. For example, Lübeck is a good example of that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Where we had really low load factors until I actually dropped the price significantly, because the only people that are flying to Lübeck is us and them. So yeah, but now it's better. We're having full flights again, so I'm happy about that. Another choice that I've done is that I have put the ATR on the lodge flight. That's actually proving to be sort of a bad choice here. We're not doing all that good. So I'm thinking of cancelling this and instead, for example, having 2 daily flights on the lodge connection. You know, we would have 36. That would be probably slightly closer to what we have, and we could put this ATR somewhere else. Where though, I'm not entirely sure yet. We're having a bit of a problem here with destinations. I don't know what to do with them, and you know, overall how to do this. And we have also started flying with an ATR to Bydgoszcz, because Bydgoszcz wasn't a good destination for us before. The ATR was too big, and you know, even the LAT is not flying completely full. But you know, it's a profitable route. So overall, we're doing great, I would say. The load factors are overall increasing everywhere, even though slightly, as we add more LATs. Dresden is gonna end. I've done a little test where I dropped the prices on Dresden, and it did not help at all with the connections. So Dresden is just too bad of a destination. So we're gonna substitute this with a LAT, and I need to find a different destination for our flight there. Before I switched it, I think, to Nuremberg, which is doing good, but I don't think there will be the same possibility now. Because we're flying there at 6:15 and I'm flying to Nuremberg at... Oh no, we could maybe. Would Nuremberg... Nuremberg, Nuremberg... Wow, Nuremberg dropped in the numbers... No, it didn't, okay. I thought it was way better. Well, it's better than Dresden, but not by else. Well, there's still some destinations in Austria that we could maybe serve. That would count because I thought I had stations opened here. Yeah, we could fly to Graz, to Linz, to Klagenfurt, any of these destinations. Oh, okay, wrong way to click. So Linz, Graz, and Vienna. Wait, no, not Vienna. Linz, Graz, and Klagenfurt. Yeah, Linz is sort of south, Graz is sort of south. Yeah, Linz would probably be the best. It's very close. And we might even substitute this one with Poznan or with Dresden, because that would work. So, yeah. That is a possibility. But I'll refrain from doing any changes until we see the profit this week. I'm very interested in it, and I'd like to, I'd like to see what that's gonna be. The good news is though that we're building a sort of a how to say sort of a backup account where you can see that at this point we're having 1.28 million, and by tomorrow we're probably gonna have around how much was I divided it, didn't I? 9,000. That means we'll have 9,079 times 7 times 24. That's 1.5 million. Well, yeah, that really looks like a profit of over 200,000. But what I mean is that we'll have more and more cash. We're having more and more cash every week as I keep adding the LETs. So we are really getting closer to maybe being able to substitute one of our aircraft with a bigger ATR. I was thinking about that before. I think I told you guys already that I'm thinking of dropping one of those 42-600s and getting another 72-600 instead, because the 42s are probably the best aircraft we have in the fleet now. Most of them are having very good flights, and we could make a good combination, for example, to Katowice, to Milan, to what is here, to Bratislava. Another, we could make a connection here where we could put all of these aircraft on one ATR, all of these flights on one bigger ATR, or we could just go with a new ATR completely, which is something that I kind of don't like because the ATRs are very expensive, honestly. The cheapest one now is at some 772,000, so it would take at least another month before we could get it. Or, and that is another possibility, we go with an extra ATR 42, and we check how much that would be. That would be 500,000, so we could get that in maybe a week, maybe in 2 weeks. Who knows? Maybe even this week if I didn't get the LET, but I don't want to risk anything. Well, honestly, if we could get this next week and we kept the profit at around 200,000, we might get the new 72 in 2 weeks. So that wouldn't be all that bad. And the difference between them is 1 week. So, I think I might just go with the substitution first. Prepare it. It will be a big drop in our actual profit because I would have to... How does this work? I would have to... drop one of these. Actually, it would be best if it was the most expensive ATR that we have. So with the ATR 42 here, wait, it's probably going to be better in here. Leasing. The leasing rate. This one is our most expensive. Yeah, we have the ATRs for a pretty good price. I don't think there's much to be desired there. Yeah, we're good. We're good with that. So there's no point in choosing a specific, how specific ATR, because you can see that you know, we would there's not like one we pay 80,000 for. We're paying a pretty good amount for each. Yeah, well, this will be a big thing for me. I'll have to decide which destinations we'll start flying to, which we would like. One thing that I really do want to do is start flying to Düsseldorf, but I don't think we are able to do that with a 72. I'd have to get a new Boeing for that, and I don't really think that Düsseldorf. Well, actually, this ATR could 2 hours 16 minutes. Yeah, man. I guess we're gonna go for a new ATR 72 because really, we need to add Düsseldorf to our destination list, and there's a bunch of other things that I would like to get. I don't want to fly to Paris, nor do I want to fly to Madrid, nor do I want to fly here. Düsseldorf, yeah, Düsseldorf is the biggest city. I think we could fly twice daily there. I think we could maybe fly to Helsinki too, you know, because that one worked for us. We were the best rated and we got a ton of connections, but I think there was a competition on that flight. Yeah, of course, Toro Europe. But an ATR could do this. There's a flight to Warsaw we could institute. Again, Warsaw was pretty good, but there is a high competition, so an ATR 72 wouldn't be able to do that. But I think Minsk is a good destination that we could fly to, and there's no connection there at all, and we were getting around 50 people there, so Minsk is a choice. Kiev is to Bucharest. I think there's someone flying there. No, Toro probably. Yeah, Toro Europe. So there would be no choice. Actually, I'd like to see how well we're faring with a simple ATR 72 flight to somewhere. Let's say we're flying to Berlin. No, that's let's see. To Cologne. Yeah, we do have a pretty high rating, so we might be able to do the Helsinki. We might be able to do some of the other good flights for us. We might be able to do Düsseldorf fairly well. I don't think there's a good or competing flight to Düsseldorf that... Yeah, we could take over Düsseldorf easily. Okay, decisions. At least now you know a bit what I'm thinking about, because Central European Airways are still in a very fragile place. I continue negotiating with Vueling Airways and with they have another with Aero Italia. Both of them would help me greatly, but so far they've been, you know, I'd say very negative, thinking that we're competing with them. There's a route or two where we compete, and I made sure that they understand that I would like to, of course, you know, not compete with them, but that these are important routes for me. So they decided that they'll postpone the negotiation. Oh, and we need to start flying to Istanbul, man, if we can. Holy crap. Istanbul is so big and there's no one there right now. Holy crap. Well, yeah, I guess there's no way we're gonna get an Airbus soon anyway. An Airbus A318 is 1.6 million. Yeah, that's not happening anytime soon. But I would like to get another one. I have plans for an additional Airbus, and you know that we're getting so many connections from those flights, even though that they're not very profitable. They're basically what is feeding our traffic, so we need to make, you know, plans for that as well. Anyway, I've been talking for I have a cheeseburger. I have been talking for a while now, so I guess if you have any questions, just post them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them, and till next time, you guys take care.